right off bat, I have a problem. And he is not the solution. Detective Faith for duty. What's up, you guys, and welcome back to She React. This is your girl Faith, and today we're going to be watching top 5 urban legends. Now, I know that I said last time that I wasn't going to be watching, scary stuff because of spiritual purposes, but I believe that I'm okay now. I believe that I'm a little bit better, and so we're going to get into that. God is my shepherd. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and I'm still on that. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Right off bat, I have a problem, and he is not the solution. Right off bat, it's just okay. Full disclosure: if you see me looking this way, that's because my monitor is this way and my camera is that way. Don't worry, when your girl gets a new camera, it'll look a little different. But let's talk about how bro over here looking like he covered up in toilet paper, okay. I'm not for this. I'm against it in so many ways. This is not my fault. This is your fault. Yeah, it's all you. You're accountable for this. This is all you, bro. I would not be responsible for this, nor will I allow responsibility to flow through this moment. So freaking nervous. All right, we got it. It's just urban legends. You can do this. You're gangsta. You got it.
To generation. It may be a true story. Legends are passed down from generation to generation. It may be a true story or something that has become warped with history. However, saying that, these stories live on and are still told around campfires and as bedtime stories today. So today on Top 5 Scary Videos, I'm going to be counting down our...
If you have watched Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp, whew, it was good, man. It was good. I loved it. I didn't think it was scary at all. Could live without a little killing. But, I mean, that's what made Sweeney Todd Sweeney Todd. If you didn't know what they were doing, which I'm sure everyone kind of knew what he was doing, but he was killing his clients and cooking them. Like, literally cooking them.
Our list of the top 5 scary urban legends from England. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. With that, let's jump in. In at number 5, we have the Beast of Hackney Marshes. This legend dates back to 1981 when 4 kids were crossing the marshes on a winter's morning. It is said that they happened upon, I quote, a giant, great, growling, hairy thing. Naturally, people began to assume that this was some kind of hideous monster. It remained a legend going forward, but wasn't spotted again until 2012 when it was captured on camera. Helen Murray, a university student, was out for a stroll near the dense woodland area when she said she was stopped in her tracks by an unknown animal, which she stated was larger.
Why are you stopping? Can we just talk about that? I mean, okay, you stop. Picture this. You're stopping. Okay, and that's fine. You stop for a second. You're like, what the heck is that? You're curious. But you know what they say, curious killed the cat. I still believe that, because if I see that, I'm walking slowly the other way. I don't want you hearing me. I don't even want you knowing I existed. Nah.
Than a person and covered in shaggy black fur.
Black people don't do that. What's that? No, we're already behind, my boy. We've already ran.
I quote, I tried to stay calm as I wasn't sure what kind of animal it was or if it was even alive. I had my phone ready to call 999, then the creature moved. Somehow I managed to take a couple of pictures before I ran. I managed to get away but was scared half to death. Now, she didn't contact the...
It looks more like a bear from the picture, but when it moves more, it doesn't look like a bear. But it looks like a bear from the picture. But when it moves and you get another look, it doesn't look like a bear.
The police because she feared they wouldn't believe her. However, the story certainly revived memories of the unexplained sighting that occurred in 81. Officers have stated that they believe neither of these sightings were hoaxes and that 2 bear carcasses had previously been found nearby in the River Lee, and to this day it remains a mystery how they even got there. So, were the bears killed by this creature? Were the bears the creature? We don't have bears in England, so... For the Killer Pool in Epping Forest. Epping Forest is a 2,400 hectare area of ancient woodland between Epping in Essex and Forest Gate in Greater London. Over 100 lakes and ponds.
That's a weird looking tree. The kids can climb up that. Forget about it. I can climb up that. Big as I am, I probably could climb up that. I probably wouldn't know. You know, you never know how spooky a tree is.
Forest. However, there is only one that is referred to as the killer or suicide pool. This legend grew rapidly in popularity after Irish author Elliot O'Donnell wrote about it in his book Haunted Britain, stating that there is a pool in Epping Forest that is home to unearthly presences, some miserable and some evil. Now, there is one story about the pool that goes as follows. Around 300 years ago, a couple engaged in a forbidden relationship, meeting secretly at the pond in the forest. However, the girl's father found out about the relationship, and in a fit of anger, he killed her at the pool. After learning about his girlfriend's death, the lover committed suicide at the very same spot.
Dad, you murdered me because I fell in love? Dang, it's not that deep. I'm sorry.
Following these tragic events, no birds were heard and no animals were ever seen in that area again. The water also became dank, and not dank in a good way, bad dank. On top of that, it is said that people with no inclination went on
Caption that, bad dank. Bad dank. If you say that for a bad dank. Bad dank.
to commit suicide there, including a woman in 1887 and a young servant, Emma Morgan, who killed herself and her child. Jumping forward to 1959, a competition in a magazine was held to find the exact location of the...
At least let the baby live. Okay, listen, on a real note, suicide is not okay. If you ever go through something where you're like seriously in a bind and you're not happy with life, call the suicide hotline number. Talk to someone that you know you can talk to before you even think about committing suicide. There's two things you should do. One, think about someone that you know for a fact, no matter what, will be there, even if they would judge you for a second. And I mean this literally, because people who aren't going to be really judgy, but they're judgy, they're still going to be there. I promise you. Second thing you should do is think of 2 or more things that are worth living for. It can be anything. It can be coffee. It can be a book. It can be your pet Lulu. It can be anything. So if you ever get caught in this moment where you're like, I want to commit suicide, think of those 2 things. Suicide is never the answer. And if you are someone who's like, I don't know anybody who's going to do that, and I don't see anything worth living, and you have children, at least let your kids live. Like, dang. Like, let's not try to put the kids involved in it. They have a long life. They just started it. Shoot. Sorry, I'm just being realistic here. Don't kill the kids. But suicide isn't okay. I just want to put that out there. It's not okay to do it. And I don't think anyone should do it. In fact, I think if you can fight. Get yourself in therapy. Do something that would be productive to prevent you from getting into that space. That's all I'm saying.
Pool. One writer claimed to know but refused to reveal the details, stating that the place was evil beyond measure. I quote, "The suicide pool is deep in the heart of the forest, far from any road. It is dank, evil, and malignant, with an atmosphere unpleasant beyond description. I doubt if the sunshine ever penetrates through the surrounding trees. If it did, it would never lighten the black waters." In at number 3, we have the Ghost of the Grey Lady and Longleat House. Longleat House is an English stately home and the seat of the Marquis of Bath. The house was originally built by Sir John Tyne and was designed mainly by Robert Smithson after Longleat Priory was destroyed by fire in 1567. It took almost 12 years to complete and is often regarded as one of the finest examples of Elizabethan architecture in Britain. Sounds magical, right? Well, it has a...
I like how she is matching the background with what the story is. I like that. I'm down for that.
Dark side, one of deceit and murder. It all began back in 1733, when Lady Louisa married Viscount Weymouth, who owned the Longleat estate. Louisa moved into the home with him, bringing with her a number of her own servants. It was said that she was fond of one of her footmen, who she described as loyal and true. Now, this favoritism wasn't taken well among the other servants, and out of jealousy, they told Viscount Weymouth that the footman was having an affair with Louisa, which of course wasn't true. Now, this is where the story gets a little blurry. Some say Weymouth paid someone to push the footman down the stairs, while others say he did it himself. Either way, the footman broke his neck and his body was buried in the cellar. This took a toll on Lady Louisa, who developed pneumonia, which resulted in her death at the young...
They didn't even give him a decent burial. They buried him below the cellar. Why? Just put him in dirt. What? You know what? Maybe she wanted him close. I don't know.
Young age of...
Or she wanted him a secret. Either way. Dang.
22. According to visitors of Longleat House, you can find a lady dressed in grey creeping along the house's corridors, especially close to the library where the footman died. Coming in at number 2, we have the Beast of Bodmin Moor. The Beast of Bodmin Moor is a phantom cat purported to live in Cornwall, England. The creature is said to be panther-like and black-furred, with it stalking around Bodmin Moor killing livestock. Sightings of the beast were reported back in 19...
Woo! Okay, listen, here's the thing. This is what's getting me. Normally, you see an animal and you take a picture of the animal, even if they aren't within that proximity and they're close. Normally, their eyes are red. This brother's eyes, not even red, you know, because the way the camera is, their eyes are red. This brother's eyes are white. White. They're not even red, my man. They are white. Can you, like, excuse the out of me? Bruh got the stormy eyes. Seriously. Brother, brother,
Brother, what's that?
After mutilated slain livestock were found in the area. Some people propose that the beast had escaped from a zoo, and as it was illegal to own one privately, the former owner could not report it to the police. It has been claimed that animal trainer Mary Chipperfield had released 3 pumas into the wild following the closure of her Plymouth Zoo in 1978, and perhaps this is what gave rise to rumours of the beast. Jumping forward to 1995, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Food conducted an official investigation, with there being no verifiable evidence of exotic felines loose in Britain, and that instead the livestock could have been killed by indigenous species.
Little secret, my spirit animal. I said when I was younger, and still feel this way to this day, if I was to pick a spirit animal, that right there, that's that splat. That's that splat. Look at them, like majestic, beautiful, black. They climb on trees. They stay silent. They don't start no ish. But if they hungry, watch out because they about it. But they chill for the most part. They not gonna just eat you senselessly. They only eat when they hungry or when you in their territory. They're very protective of that, especially with their cubs. But look at that beast. It's just a mwah, mwah. You do your thug thizzle. That's beautiful, beautiful.
In at number 1, we have Spring-Heeled Jack. Originating from Victoria-era Britain, Spring-Heeled Jack is a character from
Okay, I thought really negatively, and I'm going to be honest about this. Please, if y'all can see what I'm seeing, please comment down below. Comment a laughing emoji or eggplant. If you can see what I'm seeing, don't he look like... you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it 5 seconds. Don't he look like he's up behind her doing like this? He's like, "Hey, come here!" Like, don't he like he all up on her? Like because you can see like from the waist down, like her lower parts in him. It just kind of goes together.
Legend that was first supposedly sighted back in 1837. However, over the years, more frequent tales have emerged. His name is said to come from his ability to leap over great distances and heights. Not too shabby. The very first sighting of Spring-Heeled Jack came in October of 1837, when a woman named Mary Stevens was walking to Lavender Hill when a tall-coated man leapt from the building into the street. He then grabbed her with his metal claws and kissed her before tearing at her clothes. After her screams were heard, he fled the scene, leaping back into the building he came from. Following the encounter, more accounts occurred, with the most notable being the Alsop case. The Alsop case was one of the most widespread stories about Jack, with it being published in several newspapers. Jane Alsop recalls the moments when she was attacked, stating, "I answered the door of my father's house to a man claiming to be a police officer, who told me to bring a light, claiming, 'We have caught Spring-Heeled Jack here in the lane.' I brought the person a candle and noticed that he wore a large cloak. The moment I had handed him the candle, however, he threw off the cloak and presented a most hideous and frightful appearance, vomiting blue and white flame from his mouth while his eyes resembled red balls of fire. She also reported that he wore a large helmet and that his clothing, which appeared tight-fitting, resembled white oilskin. No one was ever caught and identified as Spring-Heeled Jack, which of course led to numerous theories of his nature and identity. Skeptical investigators have dismissed these stories though and claim Spring-Heeled Jack is a...
I know who it was. It was Satan. The end. Good night. Who jumps high? He looks. Look at him. Good night. The end. Case closed. Y'all can go to sleep now. Good night. Just lock your doors, put some salt around your shits, and the end. We've solved the case.
Product of mass hysteria, which developed around various stories
Detective Faith for duty.
of a boogeyman and devil.
It's all top 5 urban stories. That was very. It's enough. I don't think we have any urban stories in Detroit. I don't know entirely if they have any urban stories in Detroit. I can't think of any, but if you live in Detroit and you've had like some urban stories, comment down below. Let's see. I mean, lock your doors. That's the only urban story I have. You know, you can get kidnapped. That's a real thing. Like, those are kind of the things that you just kind of are suspicious of in general. But have I had any, like, heard any urban legends in Detroit? I'm sure I have. I just don't remember any. But who knows? Comment down below if you have. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for our next video. If you have yet to see our next video, please, 10 likes. 10 likes. I ain't picky. 10 likes. And with further ado, bless all your hearts and all your parts. Pray to God till life departs and everything else from finish to start. You guys be blessed out there and be safe. Make good choices. Mwah.